Hi Taurus, this is Jessica with Cardinal signs. This reading is for a choice or decision that you need to make during the month of May. So a little guidance here to help you along with your decision. So we have two options. We have option A or decision A, and we have option B. If you're dealing with more than two options, then these are going to represent the two most viable options that you have to choose from. Now, I need you to decide which of your choices is going to be represented by option A and which of your choices is going to be represented by option B before I flip over the cards. So this can be a fairly intuitive choice, which one's A and which one's B, but if you need a little bit of guidance here, option A would be the choice that most closely resembles your current situation. It would be the choice that leads to the least amount of change or upheaval. It could be the choice that you feel is the safest option or the most logical option. Option B can be the choice that is the most significant departure from your current situation. It can lead to the most significant change. It can be the higher risk option, or it can be the choice that is based more so on intuition and gut instinct. So I want you to be clear about which one is which for your particular situation and then stick with that. We have at the top for each of our choices, we have an overall energy card so that I can get an idea of what's going on. We have 3 things that you need to consider with each choice, and then we have an outcome card for either option. So let's get into it. To start off, for option A, we have the Tower, the Thunderbolt in this card. So this is significant upheaval, fairly rapid change, fairly dramatic, fairly destructive. Oh, before I forget, I want to talk about what I see. I always like to get a sense, just intuitively, of what's going on, so I ask for symbols. So for option A, before I go any further, I'm seeing a heart, and I'm seeing a pendant, like a necklace, and this to me was signifying that it's most likely a romantic or love choice. It's not going to be for everybody, but that was coming up most strongly here, that it was matters of the heart. There is a sense of sentiment and holding on to things that have sentimental value to you. For option B, I'm seeing a martini glass. So there's some kind of impairment here that is hindering your ability to judge or gauge this option to the best of your ability, or fairly perhaps. It could be also indicating that there's a more relaxed or easygoing attitude about this particular choice, or it can indicate that this choice is simply going to be a little bit more fun, like the outcome is a little more fun than this one. This might be the more serious option, and this one's a little more light. So I'll carry on with the tarot reading here now. So 3 things that we need to consider with option A. We have the Empress, creativity. We have 8 of Cups, letting go. And we have the 6 of Wands, success. As the outcome, we have death and transformation. So these are very strong energies that you have in option A. We'll talk about that in a moment. For option B, we have the Magician, existence. Things that you need to consider with option B is the Chariot, awareness. The 4 of Wands, participation. The 8 of Wands, traveling. And as an outcome, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So, option A. As I said, this is a very significant upheaval, sudden, dramatic, destructive. This can be positive or negative. It is portrayed as being kind of scary, daunting, and negative, but this can be for your best interest, for your greater good. Now, what we have to consider here, there's a lot of feminine energy, a lot of intuition, a lot of movement in this card. We have like two very positive cards with the Empress and the Six of Wands. This is the Success card. This is a very positive card. This is victory after battle. But it's sandwiched between the Eight of Cups, which is letting go. This is leaving something behind. This is realizing that something is no longer serving you and letting it go, carrying on without it. This is also you needing perhaps a little bit of time alone to contemplate. This can be a need to relax in order to gain some perspective, you know, to calm yourself and relax so that you can have a little bit more intuitive guidance coming through to you. So it's interesting. I feel like you're feeling pretty good about this, even though you're faced with this fairly daunting, even overwhelming energy. I feel like you're handling it very well, and you're recognizing when you need to retreat. Outcome here, we have the Death card. This is a major transformation. This is a complete change from what your current situation is, or this is your current situation transforming to the next level. There's a sense of being reborn from the ashes in this card. So taking what you have, reinventing it, reimagining it so that it's something new. With option B, overall energy, we have the Magician, the Existence card. So there's a sense of endless possibility within this card, the sense that anything could be, that you could achieve anything. Really no boundaries here. There's a deep sense of contemplation and a sense of you getting in touch with what you want, because you realize that you have the power to change. You are faced with a choice, of course, and you have the power to decide. It is not being decided for you. Things that we need to consider with option B. We have the Chariot, and this is awareness. We have the Four of Wands, and we have the Eight of Wands. So there's a great deal of action, a lot of movement in this option. There can be physically traveling, physically moving, changing residence here. But it's grounded and stable at the same time. Like, I feel like you have some solid foundation, even though it is moving very quickly, very rapidly. You might feel out of control. There's a sense of dizziness and spinning in this card if you look in the center of the card. But there is a focal point at the same time. It's like things are spinning out of control, but there is going to be a single point of focus or stability that you can rely on and count on. This could be a person. This can be a person, or this can be an event, or a or for some reason rituals coming up here. I don't know if that's quite the right word. What I'm getting at is some kind of like established routine that's very dependable, that that you will fall back on to center yourself and balance yourself. As an outcome, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is a very grounded, very stable energy. It's holding on very tightly to something. This is, it can be resistance, the inability to let go. This can be greedy. This can be unwilling to share with others. Now it's interesting because it's below participation, which is definitely a very generous energy. It's helping others and others helping you, where this is definitely an independent, isolated energy. It's a very wary energy. It's always checking over your shoulder to make sure that no one's sneaking up behind you to take away what it is you have worked so hard to establish, or to that you've worked so hard, like in terms of earning or your position, that kind of thing. I'm going to get an additional card of guidance here for a Taurus for these two choices. Additional guidance for option 1 for Taurus. Additional guidance. What does Taurus need to know about option A? What else does Taurus need to know about option A? Okay. And what else does Taurus need to know about option B? Additional guidance for Taurus for option B as they make their choice or decision. What else does Taurus need to know about option B? Okay. New beginnings. So this goes very well with the Tower and the Death card. So this is going to be an absolute cleaning of the slate. It's a complete new, fresh start. So I feel like there is going to be very little resemblance. If you choose option A, it's like things as you know it will no longer be. It's very radical change. Option B, we have gentleness here. This is a very peaceful card. A lot of peace in this card. I'm picking up on a sense of wariness. Looking at her face, in her eyes, there's definitely a sense of wariness and caution. Almost like reluctance as you move forward, or taking very small steps forward, very cautiously. Again, you have a lot of white here, which is, again, clean, fresh energy. So either option is going to be very different, I think, from your current situation. This is going to be option A, the most radical change for you. Now, I can't choose for you. I can't say option A is better or option B is better. Everybody's different. I don't know what your situation is. So just listen to it again if you have to, and pick out the little pieces of guidance that resonate with you, and use those. Use that information as you make your choice. so that you can be a little bit more informed about what underlying energies you're dealing with here. Again, there's really no bad option. There's pros and cons with every choice or decision that we make. So it's just kind of a sense of, weighing it out for you. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope this was helpful for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and that it offered you a little bit more clarity and insight into your situation. Give it a thumbs up if it was helpful. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below how this pans out for you. I hope you have a wonderful month of May, and best of luck in making your decision. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye, Taurus.